Let's talk about the factors you can weigh when you're choosing a live webinar provider. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the features, and then following that I will actually give you a list of webinar providers and a rundown of how I think they really meet the needs of the market. And first of all, you can go to any of those providers and take a look at the presentations. Try to be a participant in a webinar that any of these folks are doing. So when you have an opportunity to be an attendee, look at the webinar from the viewpoint of an attendee and see how it feels. How easy is it to interact? How easy is it to sign up for a webinar? How easy is it to collect materials that people share at a webinar? How reliable are the alerts? How reliable are the delivery systems? And if you have a real good feeling about a particular type of a platform, that's going to give you a clue about something that will be easy to work with as a presenter and something that will position you as a professional when you start doing webinars. Ask to see a demo, and ask actually to be able to participate in a demonstration as a presenter. There should be some type of facility at all of these platforms that let you take the controls before you make a commitment to actually purchase the platform. Take a look at the Q&As. If there's a forum on the platform, see what other people are saying, see what types of questions people are asking. When you measure the questions, see how responsive the community moderators are to the questions in the forum. And if you have questions there yourself, ask them. If you ask a question, see how long it takes for people to get back to you, whether that is in a forum or with email. That's very important. Online collaboration is important. There are different levels of online collaboration with webinars. The most popular type of collaborative activity is sharing control, passing the mouse back and forth between presenters, having an organizer who can make another person an organizer, being able to share controls, and being able to move from one computer to another to different desktop applications. If that is a very very important thing for you to be able to do, then that is something that you want to take a look at and try and engage somebody within your sphere or within your team to work with you and check it out. Price, of course, price is going to be very very important, and everybody has to take a look at your budget. What is your budget? And how is this number reflected? You may not have a number, a line item on your budget right now for webinars, but if you have a line in your budget for marketing and advertising, then this can easily fall within that. So see what your budget is. Are you budgeting your lead generation in terms of cost per lead? Do you have an overall number? What does that look like and how does that relate? Take a look at that. What is the return on investment? When you're looking at the platforms, a good question to ask is about training. Is the training included with your purchase? Is there some level of one-on-one training or group training, or is all of the training online? And if you need help, what can you do about that to get the extra help? That's a very very good question to ask any of the webinar providers. And is it scalable? You may start with a very very small platform, and let's just take a look at GoToWebinar as an example. If you start with their GoToMeeting platform, that may give you 25 seats. You may be very very happy, and you may go for a long time. You may work for a long time with very very small groups, and that may be absolutely fine. But if your audience grows, if your business grows, if you need something that's scalable, that you can expand, how does that work? Take a look and ask your webinar provider, exactly how that works in your business, and what the prices are that are attached to additional seats. How easy is it to use? This is very very important. Webinars are pretty easy. You don't really need a whole lot of advanced tech savvy, but you who is using it and what is the level of expertise of the people who are going to be organizing, setting it up, and presenting. Are you going to be presenting? And what is your level of expertise? Some of the platforms are very, very intuitive and easy. Some of them, have a lot of hiccups. Again, you really, really want to get behind the wheels and try anything, even just to demonstrate it to yourself before you make a final commitment. Customer support is very, very important. Is it included? That's a good question to ask. Some people will include support, or some webinar companies will include support across the board. Some of them have support at different price points, and some of them have different levels of support. What are your must-haves in terms of the features? Make a list of your must-haves and make sure that the platform that you decide to work with has all of that. And also double check and make sure that that they have the security that you need for the type of webinars you're going to do, whether those are sales webinars or training webinars, meeting webinars. Security is very, very important. Let's go over the list now. Let's talk about some of the leading platforms and how they work. GoToWebinar is the one I think most people are familiar with in the real estate industry, because that's the one most real estate vendors and most real estate trainers are using. GoToWebinar lets you really scale a large audience. It lets you talk to a very, very large audience. You can get GoToWebinar platforms starting at about 50 seats to 100 seats to 500 seats to 1,000 seats and more. Of course, the price is going to increase and go up, with more seats, but it's very, very scalable. It's the one that most people use. GoToWebinar has had a little bit of a checkered history. But they are really, really coming along. They've done some really, really great stuff. They have a sister platform called GoToMeeting that is designed for smaller groups, up to 25 or so. Very, very cost effective. You can use them for meetings. You can use them for trainings. And if you have the kind of a webinar outreach program with consumers that really is only going to have small groups, then GoToMeeting may be all you actually need moving forward. WebEx has been the gold standard of webinar training and webinar platforms forever. For a long time, WebEx was really cost prohibitive, and that was the biggest problem because they never really had a problem in terms of quality. This is a global company. They have all the bells and whistles, and right now I'm working with a beta program for WebEx that is very, very promising, great for recordings, very, very reliable, very easy to use, and definitely worth checking it out. Yugma has a free platform and a paid platform. Yugma has a free platform for small use, and it's kind of a neat tool. The problem I had for a long time really was reliability. So I don't think the free platform is something you want to use if you're going to be, doing anything that's really important, because you can't afford for it to be going down. I found reliability not to be a good issue. The other problem with Yugma was the recording. They really haven't evolved with their recording. However, it is neat. They also have a very, very nice interface with Skype, and you might want to check it out just for the heck of it. They've been around for a long time. I confess I haven't, played with it recently. I've been very, very busy, but it definitely is worth something to worth looking at. Live Meeting is a Microsoft product. I see Live Meeting mostly in the government arena. I see some of the government agencies using Live Meeting on a large scale with very, very big audiences. They seem to do a really good job with recordings. They're very good with with live presentations. Incidentally, GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, WebEx, and Yugma will let you work with PowerPoint presentation, with the animations that you see, and with live on the web presentations. You go live on the web. When I talk about animations, I'm actually talking about bulleted web points that come in one at a time. A little bit of flash here and there. Some animations with illustrations and pictures and things like that. So that's kind of neat. AnyMeeting is a free platform. I mention that because I see some popular coaches and vendors in real estate starting to use that. They have a free version and a paid version. The free version is actually good for as many as 200 people in a setting, and it seems to work very, very well, and very, very good recording abilities. The problem that I see with that is that it is supported by advertising. And I just have, I just have to wonder how professional it really looks to be doing a webinar and a large webinar on a free platform that is very obviously a free platform. I think it makes a statement. I'm not sure that's the wisest thing to do. However, it's a neat platform, and they do a really, really good job even with a large group. So if that's something that doesn't trouble you, then you probably want to take a look at that. Instant Teleseminar is another really good platform, and it's very, very cost competitive. It's very easy to use. Of all of them, I think that Instant Teleseminar may be the easiest to use. It works with PowerPoint presentations or other documents that you upload to the web first prior to the actual event. So you cannot use PowerPoints with animations, and you can't go live on the web. They offer instant playback. They also have a corresponding teleseminar program. Some people use that, mostly for the teleseminar use. As soon as a presentation is finished, it's live, and it's very, 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 very good. So that may be something you want to take a look at. There's actually a workaround to the animation issue that used to trouble me when I was using it, the fact that I couldn't make my animations work, but I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll do a quick video that shows you a workaround to the Instant Teleseminar lack of animation with a PowerPoint. Skype. Yeah, Skype is an interesting platform. Skype gives you the ability to have group meetings. And if you're going to be doing small presentations that aren't real big, you might want to just give it a shot. Skype gets a little squirrely sometimes, and even when you have a really, really good connection, or you think you have a good connection, things happen. And Skype is not perfect, but I think that you can expect some forgiveness from your audience who are Skype users, because everybody who uses Skype understands that Skype has some issues. So it may be something that you want to use as an experiment. Additionally, Skype and Yugma have an interface, and they work very, very well together sometimes. When they work well, that's dynamite. I think that's a platform that Oprah was using, that combination of Yugma Skype. Some time ago when she was doing that book club or whatever she was doing online, she had an enormous audience, and that was a Skype Yugma configuration. So that's something to take a look at. And again, that's it. There's one more, and that would be Google Plus, and Google Plus lets you do Hangouts. So you can actually go and hang out in Google Plus, and give that a shot and see how that looks. So there you go. I'm going to have links to everything down below the video. So if you want to try any of these, let me know how it works out. If you have a place to leave comments, if this is appearing in, I'm going to be posting this in a couple of different places. So if this is appearing somewhere where you can leave a comment and you find something interesting on one of these platforms, and you would be kind enough to share it with us, we would sure appreciate it a whole lot. Thanks a lot.